Yes, you're welcome once again. Remember, Samuel Tiamio here again, your first class property lawyer. I remember I used to share with you all you need to know before and after buying a land in Nigeria. Yes, especially in Nigeria. So today we'll be looking at how to identify a fake land document. And remember my word, run! Yes, if you have not watched the video on how to know a property scam, how to know why you are trying to close the deal, why you're still trying to negotiate it, how do you spot it? If you have not watched that video, please go and watch that video, because that video will help you a lot to be able to know, oh, this is a property scam, let me not go into it at all, because that is very, very important. And then when you now get to the point of documentation, and that is why we are looking at this today, how do you know, how do you identify a fake land document? And roll. Okay, so today, if you have not watched the video on the different land document, then you may not be able to understand certain things I will be mentioning, because there are different land documents in Nigeria, and I've done a video on that, in this channel. So please go and watch that video also. Now, we've discussed a number of land documents, from receipts, from to deed of assignment, to contract of sale, to survey plan, to your probate or letter of administration. All of these documents, you need to know what they mean and when you need them. So please go right now, and of course after this video, and watch the video on different land documents. Now, you either do that now or you do that later, but make sure you combine everything together. And remember, this channel is property varsity. And why am I saying this? Because you don't just watch one video and say, wow, I've watched this, I'm okay. No, it's a university. You don't go to university and then after part 1 you leave. You want to be there till the end of your course, right? You want to be there from part 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, in my own case 5, and then law school again 6, and plus ASU strike. Infinity. So you want to watch this video to the end, because I'll be sharing with you the tips on how to know a fake land document. A lot of people have bought land or house. In fact, a particular client sent me a document that is a scam. Yes, and of course he couldn't know it, but thankfully he reached out to me and I was able to tell him that no, this is not a land document. So how do you know a fake land document? How do you run? Because you need to know it before you run. So how do you identify a fake land document? So follow me as I take you through from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 until the end. Make sure you watch this video to the end, and make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. Put your comment down below to encourage me, and also to tell me what you want me to do next. So the first document is when you have a receipt that is not signed. Perhaps you want to buy from a family, you want to buy a family land or a family property. So take for example, you want to buy from Chukuma family, Mr. Chukuma's family. Maybe Mr. Chukuma is dead, and then you have his sons and daughters, and they want to sell to you. Or it's a very big family. Let me just use the very popular ones, which is Omonile. You want to buy from Omonile, and then they are giving you a receipt. What I think you need to watch out for, just like I've said, that receipt is not sufficient. But then, let's say you even want to get a receipt and then to show that they collected money from you, who should sign it? Now, if the principal member must sign it, the family head must also sign it, because those two people are very key when it comes to property purchase from a family, the principal member and the family head. So those two people must sign. So please don't get a receipt that is not signed by these two people. Very, very important. The two people must acknowledge that they received money from you. So the next thing we're going to look at is, how do you know a fake deed of assignment? So if you are buying from a family, take for example, you want to buy from somebody who bought from a family, right? And that person gives you a deed of assignment that is not signed by the family head, or the principal member. So 2 people must sign, the family head and the principal member. If you watch that video on different land documents, I discussed that if you want to buy from a family, 2 people must sign, at least 2 people must sign. Then you have a witness to witness the transaction. First is the family head, then secondly is the principal member. It might be the secretary of the family or anybody that is a principal member. Now, if you are not buying from Mr. Chukuma that bought from family, let's say the family of Udubesi or the family of whatever. Now, Mr. Chukuma bought from them, and then you are now buying from Mr. Chukuma. What I think you need to watch out for, you need to check whether that particular deed that Mr. Chukuma collected from the family was signed by the family head and also a principal member. Then you also check for the witness signature. These things are very, very important, because if Mr. Chukuma bought from family and then Mr. Chukuma did not ensure that the family head signs it, and if a principal member signs it and then you bought from him, you have bought the wrong thing, because it's only a family head and a principal member that can alienate, that can transfer title to you. Only a family head cannot do it. If a family head does it, it is voidable. If a principal member or one of the members of the family do that on his own alone, it is void. So please, you want to look out for all of these things. So remember, the second thing is a deed of assignment must have the signature of the family head and a principal member. Very, very important. So if you spot it and it's not there, run. Yes, run. Now, the next thing is, on a deed of assignment, you must be able to see the history of land ownership. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but this is very, very important, especially when you get to land registry. The land registry will have to see the history of ownership of that particular land. So you say you own plot 6, road 7 of a particular land, in a particular location. They want to check, how did this land pass from one person to another? So if you ask a lawyer to draft a deed of assignment for you, and which I've also done for clients, what I do is that I send them a checklist of what I need from them. One of the things is the history of the land. Now you want to check the history of that particular land. What's the history of ownership? So from Mr. A to Mr. B to Mr. C to Mr. D, there must be a history, and that history must be backed up by a document of transfer. Important. Yes, this is property varsity, and you are here with Samuel Tiami, your first class property lawyer. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please do, and also comment on this video. If you needed me to do anything, please do that in the comment section, and also like this video, share it with your friends if you think I'm sharing valuable information. But I know and I'm convinced I'm sharing valuable information. If you want to get this thing, you will have to pay, but I'm giving you for free. So encourage me, share, subscribe, and also comment on this video. So now, in that particular case, so there must be a history of how the land ownership moved from one person to another. If it's not there, then it's defective. So take, for example, you are buying from Mr. Chukuma. Mr. Chukuma bought from another person before, maybe let's say 3 people have bought before you now. So one person bought from the family, another person bought from that person, then Mr. Chukuma bought from that person. So there must be a nexus. There's what we call nexus. That means there must be a connection between you and Mr. Chukuma, and the person that sold to him, and the person that sold to the person that sold to him, until you get to the root of title. So there's what we call root of title when it comes to land ownership. Root of title is the title upon which other people are getting their own ownership from, their own title from. By the way, if you have not watched the video on land title, you need to watch that video, because what are you buying? If you are buying a land and you don't know about land titles, then you're buying the wrong thing. You need to know land titles. Land titles means ownership, and there are various land titles in Nigeria, so you need to know that. So go and watch that video in this channel. So when it comes to that, when you get to land, you want to do anything, in fact, for your own safety, even if you are not going to land to do your registration, you need to be sure that you have bought the right thing. So first, and of course, it's a lie that will be able to detect some of these things, because number one, you have to check the history. How did it pass from one person to another? You need to check the fact that, okay, when it passed from Mr. A to Mr. B, what documents did they use? If they registered it at lands, what is the number of that document? So take, for example, the person who sold to Mr. Chukuma had a C of O. What's the number, page and volume number of that particular C of O? Perhaps the person transferred to Mr. Chukuma, and Mr. Chukuma processed governor's consent and then is now selling to you. What's the number? So all of these things have to come with a particular number, especially if they are registered. Land registry usually track document with number, so there will be a number attached to it. So with that number, you are able to do search on those documents. It's very easy for them to also trace it, go to their archive and bring out the documents for you to see. So this is very, very important. Number one, on deed of assignment, if you are buying from family, make sure the family head signs and the principal members. If you from an individual, fine, the individual will sign and then you will also sign. Of course, for family land too, the principal member, the family head, and you, and the person that is selling to you, of course, must sign. Then you are now buying from that person, so that person will also sign and you will also sign, as the assignee. Yes, thank you for following to this point. So keep watching. Another thing you need to watch out for is that if they have told you that a particular document is a registered survey plan. Not all survey plans are registered, please note. But you need to register your own. If you have gotten your own, congratulations, please register. And I shared with you on this channel too that you need two important documents. Very, very important. Even if you don't have money to process CFO, make sure you get these two documents, the deed of assignment and the survey plan. So if you have gotten your survey plan, congratulations. What do you need to do? First, you need to register it. So if somebody is selling a land to you and the person told you, I have a registered survey plan, all of that, what do you need to watch out for? You need to check whether that survey plan was signed by a licensed surveyor. And also on the survey plan, is it free? Is the land free, or is under government acquisition? So these things are always on the survey plan. So if it's an original survey plan, of course, original survey plan usually come in red copies and blue copies. So the blue copies will be given to you, the red copies will be lodged at the land registry. Now, the blue copy, on it you have your own name, you have the particular location, you have the area of land that is yours, you have the particular company that is in charge of the survey that actually took the coordinate and did the survey. Then you have the name of the surveyor, licensed surveyor, and his signature to show that he was the one who prepared, just like a lawyer would sign and put a seal on a survey, on a deed of assignment. So you have that too for a survey plan. So please check for these things. So if you are buying a land, they tell you it's a registered survey plan, because I've seen a particular survey plan that somebody said, the person said they gave me survey plan. Where is the survey plan? I saw it and I saw that it's not really a survey plan. It's only like a layout to show that, okay, this area of land, out of our land, this area of land, so it's not registered. So you need to check, because when you are buying the land, you might be buying based on the fact that they've registered their survey plan, so that means it's a genuine one. But even when they tell you it is registered, you need to do your search. You need to go and check, confirm that it is actually registered. You need to take the coordinates, go to the land surveyor general's office, check and see that the land is still okay and it is the name of that person that is still there, because he might have sold it to another person and that person has also registered his own name. And when you do all of these things and they are okay and some other factors are also okay, then you can continue and then buy and then do your own survey plan and then also register it. Then the contract of sale was not signed by both parties. You need to check out, because and when do you need a contract of sale? Now that's the question you might be asking me. I've done a video on that, so you need to see the video on different land documents. When do you need a contract of sale? Now if a contract of sale has not been signed by both parties, take for example what the person is giving you is a contract of sale. Now when you check it, it must be signed by both parties. Very, very important. And also the contract of sale should contain certain things, so you need to go and check the video on land document. But in this video we are sharing how to know a fake land document. So if somebody gives you a contract of sale, the name of the vendor must be there, the name of the purchaser, the addresses of those people, and then the land, if it has a survey already, the numbers, if the amount they are buying it, the total amount, and the amount the person has paid, and then the signature of both parties. All of these things must be there. And if you are doing off plan, so maybe the person is selling, maybe the person did off plan and then they gave him a contract of sale. What is an off plan? I'm going to do a video on that, don't worry. So but off plan is simply when you are buying a property before it is built. So you are buying it based on the plan. So they give you a plan that, okay, we are going to have 2-bedroom flats, 2 units or 100 units of 2-bedroom flat in this estate, and then you say, okay, I want unit 107, or sorry, I want unit 99. That means you are just buying based on the plan, not that is already built. So that's next thing is if the contract of sale was not signed by both parties. Take for example, the person bought off plan and then is now selling to you after completion of the project. He has made his money, of course. That's why you need to do real estate, because somebody can buy off plan after 12 months, sell it to you at an higher rate, right? Because if he buys off plan maybe for 45 million, he can be selling for as high as 60 million or 80 million, depending on how fast that place is appreciated. So you need to be very careful. Of course, you need to invest in real estate and be very careful how you invest. So now if the person has bought off plan and then the person is now selling to you after making his own money, after the property has yielded returns, what you can do is to check the contract of sale they gave the person. Is it signed by the company? All of those things must be there. Please check out, very important. Okay, so if you are buying a land, the next thing I'll be talking about is land. If you are buying a land that has a judgment on it, so judgment is like the title of that particular land. Remember, 2 assignments. If you have not watched the video on land title, watch it. If you have not watched the video on land document, watch it. Very, very important. These 2 videos are very, very key. And also, in fact, all the videos on this channel, because they are interconnected. You can see that whenever I mention something, there is a connection with another video. It's just connected. So you just need to go watch all the videos, because they will give you a proper knowledge of what you need to. In fact, this is property varsity and I'm giving you these things for free, so you need to just watch all those videos, because they will help you and give you a proper understanding, an holistic understanding of what real estate is. So you don't just want to say, okay, I've watched the video on fake land document, how to know a fake land document, I've watched the video on how to know a fake land deal, and then you say that's okay. No, you need to watch everything, because they are interconnected. They help you to be able to have an holistic knowledge of what real estate is. So on judgment, I've done a video on land title, and one of the land titles is called judgment, and I've shared with you how you can come about this kind of title. Now if the title is judgment, what do you look out for? Maybe somebody wants to sell to you and they say, okay, there's a Supreme Court judgment on this particular land. What are you looking out for? You are asking for the certified true copy. The certified true copy is usually, of course, and I advise that you go and get your own copy. It's always good to get your own copy. Do your search, get your own copy, so that they don't give you a fake copy. So very, very important. But in a certified true copy, is usually stamped. You see stamped certified true copy, and then there are a number of things you need to check to know whether it's actually a Supreme Court judgment or a ruling of the court. So this is very, very important. If you are buying a land that has judgment as the title, you need to check out for the certified true copy of that particular judgment. And those things, the justice that sat on the case must be there, the signature of the justices that sat on it, and a number of things that you need to watch out for. Please go and watch that video on land titles, you see that. Then the holding of the court, what was the decision of the court in that particular case. This is very, very important. You might not be able to understand some of these things, so you need to contact a lawyer to do that for you. Very important. All right, so lastly, I've come to the end. I've come to the end. So lastly, I'll be sharing with you the last point. The last point is, if you are buying a land that has C of O, certificate of occupancy as a title, what you need to check out for is the title number. It usually have number, page and volume number. So it could be like, let's say 96 2007, right? That's the way it's usually, documented. Now when they give you that particular number, you have proceeded to the land registry, or you ask a lawyer or a professional, a real estate professional, to do the search for you, and then the person couldn't find the number. What is that telling you? Number one, it might mean two things, because yes, it might mean that the land registry, maybe they've not put it on the system, because I had a case like that. A client asked me to do search, so when I got to the land registry, they couldn't get the document, so they had to search for it manually. They couldn't get it on the system, so they had to search for it manually. Now in that particular situation, you cannot call it a scam, because eventually they were able to get the document for me. However, in some cases, they search manually, they search computerly, they search spiritually and they couldn't get the document. What do? You don't buy, because that is the document you are buying based on the CFO. So if the person wants to say, in fact, I won't even advise you to buy, because if the person has given you a document that you cannot verify, that you cannot get at the land registry, then why should you buy? So you shouldn't buy such a land. So run. So if you have seen any of these things in any of the cases you have seen, so share with me also. In fact, I want to hear from you. Maybe you've seen a land document before that is a scam, a fake land document. Share in the comment below. Also share with me your thoughts on this video, and of course encourage me, subscribe, like this video, comment, and also share with people. So this is Samuel Tiami, once more. I'm your first class property lawyer, and I'm here to give you everything you need before and after buying a land or a house. So thank you for watching this video till the end. I want to implore you to subscribe, because I'll be sharing more things. There are a lot of things that I still want to share on this channel. So subscribe and then turn on the notification bell, so that you can be notified whenever I release new content. So make sure you safeguard your investment. This is very, very important. You don't want to put your money in the what? Dustbin and expect returns. Returns don't come from the dustbin. So you need to plant it, right? Do the right investment, so that it will yield the right return. So thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye.